Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. I know a lot of you guys have been wondering where the hell have I been for the past month, and I'm about to tell you, okay? I'm gonna tell you. So today I'm gonna be doing like a get ready with me story time talk. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. If you guys want to know any of the products that I'm using, I keep saying If you guys want to know any of the products that I'm using, just comment down below or just ask me what specific product you want and I will let you know. So I'm going to start off with where I've been. I'm going to tell you guys a little story time. You guys are going to get a little story time today. So a few weeks ago, not even a few weeks ago, a month ago, my throat started hurting. And I knew right away that I probably had strep. I've had strep a lot. I get strep maybe 1 to 2 times a year. And I know that might not seem like a lot, but it's really annoying to deal with all that, to deal with all that strep in my throat, all that pain. So I already knew that I had strep, and I was like, okay, whatever. So I went to the doctor. I got my little doctor's note. I got my little prescription. And I went to the pharmacist for him to for him to give me everything that I need. And he's like, I can't take this. And I'm like, what? Why not? And he's like, there's penicillin in this and you're allergic, right? I'm like, ugh. So I had to literally walk back to the person, to the doctor, and be like, hi, hello, I'm allergic to penicillin. Can you write me a new prescription? So he wrote me a new one. I went and got my medication. It's all fun. It's all dandy. So, so then that weekend I went home to see my mom because she was either leaving to go on a trip or I hadn't seen her in a while. I hadn't been home in a while. So I went and I visited her. And I noticed on that weekend, like I went on the Monday to the doctor, on like that Saturday, my throat was already back to hurting. And I was like, yo, like, what's going on? Like, I don't even understand what's happening. So my mom was like, hey, I'll just drop you off at the doctor and then you're going to go back and ask him what's up. So I went back to the doctor, the people that are supposed to help me. Okay, guys, I need to move this down because I need the light to do my eyeshadow and yeah. So anyway, so I went back and I was like, dude, like, what's going on, like, with my throat? Like, I came here before. The other doctor told me I had strep. This doctor is like, no, you have tonsillitis. And he's like, you might have mono. When he said you might have mono, guys, I cannot even tell you how I was feeling. At the same time, like, on one side, I was feeling really like, oh my god, like, I'm kind of worried, like, that's serious, because mono is not curable. But on the other half, I was like, I do not have mono. And I knew I had a feeling that I didn't have mono because I don't go around kissing people. I don't share drinks with a lot of people either. I share drinks with Shruti, sometimes Shruti, like one of my best friends. And like, other than that, I'm like, you need to go get a straw because I don't know where your mouth is big. So, can you get mono through like people using straws in your drink? I don't know. But anyway, so he's like, you might have mono, but he's like, if it goes away in a few days, just come back. Like, just go get blood work and see if it's mono, and then we'll deal with it. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I go home, and his medication is not working for shit. Sorry, Mom. His medication is not working. And my face the next day, literally the whole left side of my face was swollen. It wasn't swollen, sorry. It was, yeah, here was like swollen. I was in so much pain. I felt like my ears were bleeding out. Like, it was so terrible. So I had to go to the hospital because my mom was like, you need to like figure this out. So I went to the hospital and I went to the back, and it was honestly a little bit crazy. I was a little bit nervous being in a hospital away from like my mom. Like, this is the first time at the hospital by myself. Like, I was like, oh my god, I'm in a city I don't know, because I go to school in Hamilton, but I live in a different city. So I was like, oh my god, like, this is crazy. Yeah, it was just crazy. It was just really, like, it was a lot for me personally, just being new to this whole independence thing. So ridiculous. So I went, the guy told me, he's like, you don't have mono. And I was like, I know that. So he's like, but you have a bunch of pus filling up in your tonsil. And I was like, okay. And already as soon as he said that, I was not with it. I was not there for it because I felt like he was going somewhere with this and I didn't want to go there. So he has said to me, he's like, you have two options. And I was like, what are my two options, sir? And he said, you can either get antibiotics for it and just let it heal and see if it works. If it doesn't, then he's like, you can get antibiotics or we can drain it for you. And I was like, okay, when is this draining supposed to happen? He said, right now. I said, no, sir. No, sir, this is not happening right now. I literally refuse to get it drained. I called my mom, and I know she's probably pissed off with me because she's like, you should have just got it drained so all of this can be over. But I was not about to sit somewhere at 4 a.m. in the morning and have my tonsil drained all by myself. Like, I'm just too emotional for that stuff. Like, I literally was getting emotional telling my mom about it on the phone. Like, it was just a lot for me in one night to be in a city that I don't know, doing all this stuff by myself. It was just like a lot. I don't know. I know that kind of seems like dumb and like first world problems, but like it was just a lot for me. So I didn't do it. So I just got the antibiotics. So then I go to the pharmacist the next day and they're like, okay, here's your prescription, blah, blah. Well, not here's your prescription. I gave them the prescription. The girl's like, I can't give this to you. And I'm like, why not? And she is like, because it has penicillin in it. Does this sound familiar? It does, because it happened like literally a week before that. And my mom was livid, okay? Because she came down to help me because I didn't want to just like walk because like it's cold by then. The doctor that I was going to is pretty far, so she came down to help me. And literally, guys, like my mom, she's like a pretty calm person. She's much calmer now. Like when I was younger, she was really like hype. Like she could get hype real quick. But I can tell you, my mom literally almost went off on this woman. Like, and I was just like, Mom, we need to like dial it back 10 notches. Like, it's gonna be fine. Like, when my mom gets riled up, I try to stay calm because I know she's about to lose her crap. So I was like, it's gonna be fine. There's a doctor up the road. I'll just go get a new one there. And they had a pharmacy there, so I didn't have to go all the way back to Shoppers to deal with it. So what happened? So then I went to the doctor and he's like, okay. He's like, you have tonsillitis. I'm like, yo, honestly, y'all are telling me a bunch of different stories, but as long as I get antibiotics, then I don't have to get any needles put in my mouth. I'm A1. I'm ready to go. I'm here for it. So he gave me 3 medications and I was like, okay, I already knew it was going to be a hot mess because 3 medications is a lot to take. Especially like if they have certain dosages and they can only be taken during certain times. So I was already just stressed about that. I was already just really stressed about that. So whatever, I took the medication. My mom brought me home. I had all my assignments then deferred for another week because the first week that I had strep, I had them deferred, and then the second week I had them deferred again, and it was literally just too much. So I had to do that. And then I just went home with my mom and I kind of just spent it with my mom. We were just hanging out. It was kind of nice. So then I went back home and I felt fine. I didn't finish my medication, but I felt fine. And then it started to kick in again. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to try and retake my medication again. I was ridiculous. I like stopped and then I was like, I'll just take them again. Like I still have some of them because there's so many pills and it was just a lot. So then what happened? So then my mom's like, you need to go. Like my mom came to visit me because for Christmas, my mom and I are going to see my family in Edmonton, which is where I'm from. And she was leaving. She leaves like 3 weeks before me because I have to do exams. So she was like, she came to visit me and we went out to sushi and she was like, your throat sounds like she's like, you need to go to the doctor. Basically that's what she was saying to me. And she told me, listen to this rudeness that my mom said. It wasn't rude, but I honestly was like really sad about it. She said, if I don't go to the doctor, she got me the Anastasia glow kit when she went on a trip. And she's like, and she still had it at this point. I hadn't had it yet. And she said, if you do not go to the doctor, I'm going to smash your kit. And the sadness about this is my mom would do something like that. My mom would smash it. If I don't, certain things, like my mom is not like, I'm going to beat you. My mom is like, you don't want to listen to what I have to say? Give me your phone. Give me your laptop. You're not going out with your friends. You're not going here. You're not getting the car. And I'm just like, so then I literally went to the doctor like 2 days later. I was there in the doctor's office, like front line, like ready to go, because I was not about to lose out on no makeup because my mom is crazy. Well, she's not crazy, but she does some crazy stuff sometimes. So then I went to the doctor and he's like, yeah, your tonsil is chronically swollen. And I'm like, literally, when he said that, I honestly was like super emotional about it after, because it was just like, I honestly felt like I could not catch a break. Like, first I had strep, then I had tonsillitis, then I had pus in my throat, and then I had tonsillitis / strep again. And now they're telling me that my tonsil is just going to be swollen now. And it's kind of annoying because it hurts, like, my voice sometimes. It's just annoying. And sometimes when I lay down, I just cannot breathe. Like, I literally can just not breathe. And, like, if I'm eating certain foods, like, they'll get stuck in my throat. Like, it's just not a good time. And I was kind of upset about it because, like, who wants to deal with all of that, you know? So I was like, it is what it is. I can't really do anything about it. So that's fine. He's like, and I was like, is there anything I can maybe do? Like, you know, like, resting my voice, like taking ibuprofen or anything. And he's like, no. He's like, they'll go back down sometimes, but he's like, they're never going to go back down to normal size. So I was like, okay, it is what it is, you know? So that is where I've been. That's the doctor horror story that I had to deal with for, like, the past 3 weeks, not even like a month ago. And it was just really crazy because when all of that was done with, I literally had so much schoolwork to do because I had deferred all those assignments that I had in those 2 weeks. Sorry, my nose is like bothering me. I had to defer all those assignments that I had in those 2 weeks. So I had to make up for everything. Like, I had to do all my work. Like, it was so crazy. And then exams were coming up in like maybe a week and a half, and I still hadn't started really studying. You know, like when you're in your head and you're like, I know I need to study, but like, am I gonna do it though? No. So that was me. Luckily, I made it through my exams. I think I did like okay. I killed this one assignment that I had to do. And this teacher, she's one of the most awesome teachers I've had, because I cannot speak English. She's one of like the best profs I've had, just because she's very like, she's a very personal person. Like, she's cares about your well-being. Like, she's super understanding, you know? And her class was killing me because it was also a third-year class and I'm only in second year. And she was like expecting these critical analysis, and I was like, I can't do them. Like, I've never done something like this, and I just worked hard and I got it done, and I was really happy about that. I did really well on those. But yeah, what else do I have? What else do I have to share with you guys? Honestly, I know I look a little bit crazy right now because I do my eyebrows first, but I didn't want to do my eyebrows on camera because it took me a long time to do my eyebrows today. I need to get my eyebrows done. And you know how it is when you might not know how it is, but most people know how it is when you're trying to do your eyebrows, but you have hair sticking out. It's a hot mess. It's just a hot mess. So I had to do that, and they're looking like a crunk mess today, but it's okay. It's fine. But yeah. Oh yeah, a lot of people have been asking me to do like a little tutorial on my eyebrows and things like that, and it is coming. I will do one for you guys. I don't know when, but it's coming. Hey guys, I'm so sorry. My phone, because my phone, I've had this phone for a long time, and like it's pretty much full at this point. So it just stopped recording my videos. So I'm just filming this to say I love you guys. Thank you to everyone that's been like so supportive. I know I don't always upload like on a regular schedule. I'm trying to figure out my life. I'm trying to figure that stuff out. So thank you so much for being so patient, and I have not a big surprise, but like I'm doing something really cool this break, so I'm really excited to show you guys that, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.